Fala, Anderson, salve, cara. Deixa eu fazer o seguinte aqui, galera. Deixa eu fazer uma troca. Tá. Deixa eu fazer o seguinte. Copiar. Vou fazer um negócio meio quebra-galho aqui. Mas isso aqui vai lá para baixo. Fala, galera, tudo bem com vocês? Deixa eu tentar fazer um adaptation aqui para ver se eu consigo. Perfeito. Maravilhoso. Como é que tá o som aí para vocês? Só não vai estar saindo, deixa eu ver aqui. Nananana. Preciso copiar aqui, ó. Ó, fazendo tudo ao vivo, hein? Vou começar já já. Pera aí, galerinha, deixa eu só fazer uma adaptaçãozinha aqui para corrigir algumas coisas. Aí, agora sim, agora tá show de bola, agora tá... Eu nem gosto de futebol, hein? Eu falar show de bola é até bizarro. Eu já imagino futebol americano, né? Aquela coisa meio... Deixa eu ver o chat aqui pra ver o que vocês estão comentando aí. Bom, salve, boa noite pro Anderson. Boa noite já? Não, boa tarde ainda, cara, tá quase. Pro Dan Silva, pro Afonso TK, o Dri, ou a Dri, tudo bem? Crazy Classics também, o Patri, John Wick. É isso aí. A galerinha poderia me fazer um teste. Alguém pode checar, ou pelo menos dar um feedback como é que tá a qualidade de imagem pelo mixer. Tá saindo o som para vocês do que está sendo passado aqui? Vocês estão conseguindo ouvir de boa? Legal. Fechou. Agora sim. Tá bom, tudo tranquilo, maravilhindo. Sensacional. Se alguém puder dar um feedback do mixer, eu agradeceria demais para me falar como é que tá a qualidade de stream lá. No STREAMCRAFT também, se alguém puder me dar um feedback como tá rolando pelo STREAMCRAFT, seria legal. Antes de começar, faltam 2 minutos. Legal, legal. Acabei de ver a mensagem, valeu, chegou aqui pra mim também. Tá de boa aqui. No STREAMCRAFT, alguém pode dar um retorno? Como é que tá lá? Valeu pelo compartilhamento, Leonardo. Caramba, valeu mesmo. O que que não tá carregando? O STREAMCRAFT não tá carregando? Não tá rolando lá? Tá, mas aí é localizado. Se o Anderson já deu um feedback que tá funcionando de boa pra ele, é porque tá funcionando de boa. O que esperar dessa conferência? Bom, segundo o que eu dei uma pesquisada, eu acho que alguma coisa sobre a expansão dos serviços do Game Pass junto à live, talvez falar do novo console, entre outras coisinhas aí que eu andei dando uma checada aqui. O novo Xbox todo digital, sem leitor de mídia. Não carrega? Sério? Caramba. Alguém pode dar um feedback no STREAMCRAFT? Eu vi que o Anderson Braga tá aí, mas eu acho que ele não me ouviu. Se puder dar um feedback no STREAMCRAFT, eu agradeço, para saber se tá rolando lá. Ou quem estiver assistindo. Tá travado? Ai, sério? Gente, começando. Meu filhinho tá aqui do lado do Maximilian, então se sair algum barulhinho a mais aí é porque ele tá assistindo alguns desenhos, tá? Filhinho, sem fazer barulho. Maximilian, sem barulhinho. Vocês querem que eu aumente o volume, gente? Tá muito baixo.
No matter the reason, the time to fight will come. And when it does, you'll be ready. Ready to stand and fight.
Não vai ter como arrumar no STREAMCRAFT agora. Vai ficar travando então, infelizmente. Puxa vida. Já começou falando do Mortal. Lembrando que o Mortal Kombat 10 tá no Game Pass.
We've got sales, giveaways, details on E3 and a ton of great news.
Salve, Coutinho, seja bem-vindo. Ô Ailton, valeu, tá de boa? Valeu, cara. Pode ser a internet então. Obrigado pelo feedback, Ailton. Vamos lá.
Hello and welcome to Inside Xbox. I'm Larry, this is Ricari, and we are live, which means we're taking a break from thirsting people in Apex Legends. When the show ends, though, watch your back because 2/3 of your champion squad is right here.
That's if you accept my invite. Now, coming up on today's show, well, it was the best birthday ever for me. Tim Willits came by the studio to give me an exclusive hands-on demo of Rage 2. You won't see this gameplay anywhere else.
Plus, it's raining loot! We'll have the latest on the dungeon-crawling hack-and-slash RPG Warhammer Chaos Bane and tell you how you'll be able to get your hands on the closed beta very soon.
Then we'll take you inside Star Wars Celebration for a look at Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the new game from Respawn, developers of Apex.
Rod Ferguson from the Coalition is just backstage. In just a little bit, he'll be on set to announce some game-changing Gears of War esports news.
And we've got some eye-popping, stealth-killing, arm-chopping reveals about backwards-compatible titles on Xbox One, a look at this year's E3 Xbox Fan Fest, and so much more.
All right, wherever you're watching, be sure you log into Mixer during today's show so you can be eligible to grab today's Mix Pot. You'll get a Rage 2 avatar item, and due to popular demand, you'll have another chance to claim the Ebon Flintlock from Sea of Thieves.
All right, well, let's go ahead and send it over to Kate. Who's just over here for an Xbox Game Pass announcement that the community's been asking.
Deu um déjà vu ali, vocês viram? Então coloca. Logan Wars, salve, cara. Seja bem-vindo aí pelo Twitch.
General Manager, Gaming Services, which includes Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Game Pass. I'm going to cut right to the chase, Ben. What do you have to announce to us today?
Right to the point. I like that because I am really excited to introduce.
Pena não ter legenda em português, né? Será que tem algum lugar que está legendado em português simultaneamente?
Xbox Game Pass with all the benefits of Xbox Live Gold, including online multiplayer for $14.99 a month.
A marriage made in heaven. Now, this has been in the works for quite some time, and I know it's largely in response to what gamers have been asking for.
Yeah, you know, feedback from our members is the most important thing we think about as we make changes to the program. So, you know, when we first launched, one of the things we heard from our members was, we love the catalog, but it would be great if there were new games in Xbox Game Pass 2. That's why when games from Xbox Game Studios launch, we include those day and date in Xbox Game Pass, including games like Forza Horizon 4, Crackdown 3, same day that they release.
Love it, man.
Another big thing that we've heard from our members is, hey, there's so many games coming into the catalog, how do I know what's new? And that's one of the reasons that we created the Xbox Game Pass app. You can set it so that you get notifications whenever there's a new game in the catalog. So for example, when Monster Hunter World drops this Thursday, you can it'll pop up on your phone. You can tap through to the app and start downloading it to your home console. It'll be ready to play when you get home.
Fantastic, man.
So, you know, with all that feedback coming in, one of the big things people have asked us for is, hey, can I get a single membership that combines
$14,99 por mês.
with Xbox Game Pass? And
Vamos ver quanto vai chegar isso aqui para nós brasileiros.
I love it. So what if I have an existing membership in Xbox Live Gold or Xbox Game Pass?
Yeah, absolutely. If you have an existing membership and maybe you've prepaid a couple months, no problem at all. You will be able to apply that value to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Now, you also mentioned to me earlier that this is a choice to upgrade. Is that correct?
That is absolutely true. If you have a membership in Xbox Live Gold or Xbox Game Pass that you'd like to keep just as it is, no pressure. You can keep doing exactly what you're doing right now.
Now, when is Xbox Game Pass Ultimate coming to us?
So Xbox Game Pass Ultimate launches later this year, but today, Xbox insiders in select markets can start testing Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and provide us with feedback.
Para o insiders já vai estar liberado, mas o serviço chega no final do...
Ben Decker, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you, Kate.
Now, there's no better time to subscribe to Xbox Game Pass because some great titles, well, they're launching very, very soon. In just 2 days, in fact, on April 18th, you'll be able to download Capcom's epic Monster Hunter World. Also on that day, The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. On April 24th, Life is Strange 2 Episode 2 will be
Os jogos que entrarão no Game Pass, destacou aí que ele ouviu a comunidade que muitos jogos, não somente da Microsoft, mas outros jogos grandes também entrarão no Game Pass, coisa que a gente já sabe, né? Normalmente a gente já está esperando alguns jogos bons entrarem aí.
And After Party, plus many, many more. You can check out the first episode of ID at Xbox Game Pass.
Foi anunciado por $14,99 um mês de Game Pass mais Live Gold lá. Agora, quanto isso vai chegar aqui? Isso é interessante a gente saber. Fala, Ricardo. Boa noite, cara. Seja bem-vindo ao canal mais uma vez, amigão. Tá de boas aqui, já li isso aí também.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is fantastic, and one of the games in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is getting a huge update. Sea of Thieves, and it's going to happen on April 30th, and in it, something for everyone. This morning on Mixer, the team at Rare hosted a stream about the Hunter's Call, which is just one part of the anniversary update. Break out the rod and tackle box because fishing is finally here. You can sell whatever you catch or try cooking it and maybe make a little bit more money, but don't burn the fish. And on the subject of cooking, there's a fully
update relatando que tem algumas inovações vindos pro Sea of Thieves. Uma delas é que você pode cozinhar e vender qualquer coisa que você pesque.
And on the combat side, you're definitely going to want to try out the harpoon gun.
Do lado do combate, eles adicionaram opções de utilizar pões nos barcos para buscar coisas e usar em batalha, etc, etc.
Anniversary update followed by a quick message from Joe Neate, executive producer for Sea of Thieves, about the incredible journey that awaits us all on April 30th.
Esse valor não vai ser adaptado no valor real do dólar para nós, tá? Lembrando que a Microsoft ela não coloca o valor real dos produtos em dólar para nós aqui. Senão nós pagaríamos, sei lá, R$400 no jogo. Mas eu acredito que deve chegar num valor próximo a uns R$30 aí. 30 alguma coisa. Eu acredito. Sim, Xbox Game Studio. Muito bem observado. Você já sabia há algum tempo,
so
mas...
the anniversary update. This is by far the biggest update we brought to Sea of Thieves yet. It's coming April 30th and it's free to everybody. So first of all, it contains Tall Tales, which is this entirely new way to play in Sea of Thieves. It's a really rich, story-driven quest system, a set of 9 tales, all kind of telling this one story. Super fun, super exciting, super different as well. Alongside this, there's the Hunter's Call, which is a new trading company centered around kind of fishing and hunting and cooking, which are all new mechanics that have come to Sea of Thieves with this update. Alongside that, you've got the Arena, which is a super competitive, super fun kind of just competitive mode all around the kind of core bits of Sea of Thieves. So treasure hunting, ship battling, and battling other players. We cannot wait to release this. We're so excited, and you may have heard I'm slightly competitive, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the seas. Cheers.
Our first challenge was, how do we make an all-digital Xbox One?
Actually, that was our only challenge.
We told them it can't be done. And they said, it can. Go do it.
Go all digital? It had never been done before. Except movies, music, books.
The solution was there all along.
Eu não posso falar nada do Sea of Thieves, que a proposta do jogo não me atrai. Eu não gosto de coisas voltadas para multiplayer, essa coisa de... Eu sou mais focado no single player. Então, para quem gosta, para quem curtiu o jogo... Aí, Max, um dia no Sekiro. Eu vou passar bastante disso.
But then we found them again. They were playing Halo in conference room 4B.
Opa.
The answer wasn't just staring me in the face. It was staring at me in the brain. I got it.
You just deleted the disk drive.
Exactly.
Do it again.
You just pressed delete.
That's it.
It was like our new baby.
No, if our baby was made out of robot white plastic and metal and was powered by a custom-made SoC.
Otherwise, exactly like a new baby.
Introducing the new Xbox One S All-Digital Edition.
Olha, sinceramente, pra mim, é uma
There you
ótima.
have it. It's official. We can now talk about the Xbox One S All Digital Edition, the newest member of the Xbox
Fantástica
One
ideia.
family of
Achei
devices.
fantástico.
I'm so happy to see your white
Não
glove.
vejo a
Way to keep
necessidade
my
de um
blood.
leitor de disco atualmente, sinceramente. Eu tenho o
All right,
Xbox
now you've
já há
seen it, and
alguns
here's what
anos.
you need to know. First,
Se eu rodei
the Xbox One
um
S
disco,
All
2
Digital
discos dele
Edition
foi
comes out
muito.
on
É
May
tudo
7th,
digital.
And you can pre-order right now at your local Microsoft store, online, and at select retailers including Walmart, Best Buy, and Amazon.
B. The All Digital Edition is the
Quanto?
most affordable way to start playing Xbox One games, priced at $249.99. That's $50 less than the S with an optical drive. And yes, we expect to maintain at least a $50 difference between Xbox One S and the All Digital Edition during sales. So,
Eles pretendem manter
when
uma
we have a sale
diferença
on
de
Xbox
$50,
One S,
que é o valor
you can
total
expect
de
the All
custo
Digital Edition
do
will
drive
get a
de
price
Blu-ray.
drop too.
Retirando esse drive, eles pretendem manter essa proposta de $50, $50 a menos no preço do produto com drive, tá? E algumas melhorias aí.
Now, the Xbox One S All Digital Edition also comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive, so plenty of space for your digital library.
4, it comes with 3 great games: Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, and Forza Horizon 3. But that's not all. Owners will also have access to an incredible Xbox Game Pass deal as soon as they connect to Xbox Live. On May 7th, owners of the Xbox One S All Digital Edition will see an offer for 3 months of Xbox Game Pass for just $1. That's $1, 3 months, over 100 games. That's pretty strong.
You got any favorites?
Now, first of all, this is a great way to discover games. One of mine is Prey. I love Prey, which is now in Game Pass. Sea of Thieves, we heard about that from the guys at Rare earlier today. Monster Hunter's dropping this week. Discover the games. What about you?
Nossa, o Monster Hunter no Game Pass foi uma surpresa, hein? Caramba.
Ride till you can't no more. All right, for all the details
3
on the
meses
Xbox One S
por
All Digital
$1
Edition, go to
quando você
the
comprar o
Xbox
Xbox essa edição totalmente
All right, coming
digital.
up, we've got Gears Esports, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and a Warhammer
3
Chaos
meses de
Bane
Game
giveaway.
Pass e live.
But for now, some people like to go out to a nice dinner on their birthday. Well, me, I go to work and I get to get an exclusive hands-on demo of Rage 2. Tim Willits from id Software came by the office and gave me a walkthrough of all the killer abilities you'll need to survive the post-apocalypse. Now, don't forget, Rage 2 is Xbox One X enhanced, and that means, yes, glorious action at 60 frames per second.
Tim, well, I gotta say thank you so much for showing up today. I don't know if you heard this, but today's my birthday, so I'm gonna use this exclusive gameplay reveal as a present for me. But I wanna know, give me your elevator pitch. What is Rage 2? What do I need to know? What do I need to take away from what we're about to see?
So, Rage 2 is a true id Software first-person shooter set in an open-world game. It's kind of a combination of two studios working together. Avalanche Studios, known for their open world madness, and id Software, we are known, of course, for first-person shooters.
All right, well, Tim, we could sit here and we could talk about Rage 2 all day long, but I feel like everybody at home wants to see more Rage 2. I mean, I want to see more Rage 2, so should we play?
Yeah, let's jump into it.
So it's been a while since we've had an iteration into this series. I'm curious, do I have to have played the first Rage, or do I need a refresher course before I go into Rage 2?
No. We've engineered everything in Rage 2 for people who have not played Rage 1. From the story, you play as somebody different. You play as a character named Walker.
Come back soon, Walker.
From the way the
Essa
world
mensagem
works, to
legenda parada na tela.
gunplay, to everything, Rage 2 stands on its own.
Olha, eu não joguei o primeiro, mas eu sinceramente acho que esse jogo vai ser muito bom. Tá com cara de que vai ser um jogaço.
It's kind of changed from the first Rage, and it looks more vibrant, it looks more beautiful. Tell me what went into creating this post-apocalyptic wasteland.
So we really wanted to evolve the wasteland in Rage 2. We wanted to get away from just a desert. In the original Rage, it was very brown and dusty and desert-like. Where in Rage 2, as you can see, there's forests now growing, and we have swamps and lakes and things. Yeah, so we really try to make the world a little more fun. And
because the apocalypse should be fun.
The apocalypse should be fun. This is
post-apocalypse.
So we've actually called this the post-apocalyptic shooter.
Gente, já dou atenção para vocês no chat, tá? Eu quero tentar entender o que eles estão falando aqui.
Of course, are immensely beautiful, but they're active, they're dynamic. What have you guys put into Rage 2 to make that world really feel alive and to change your kind of play experience?
Mudança em relação primeiro. Eu queria que eles colocaram no jogo para transformar o mundo em um mundo mais vivo, mais...
You can encounter convoys, you can encounter dynamic races, roadblocks will appear, motorcycle gangs will chase you.
Enquanto com as caravanas, os bloqueios na estrada.
We have Mutant Bash TV, where it's a game show where you kill mutants.
De coisa de sistema de combate.
Whole racetrack. So we really tried to make the world.
Lembra muito Mad Max, né? Lembra bastante Mad Max.
Fun things to do.
All right, well, obviously there's a ton of different environments in this world. There are a ton of different vehicles. But there's one thing that I expect from it, and that's a ton of different weapons, and also a ton of different abilities. So I'm going to ask you two things here. Tell me about the weapons. That's the easy question. The hard question, and there's only one right answer. Is there a BFG hiding somewhere in this game?
Yes. Rage 2 does have
Ele
a
perguntou
BFG
sobre as armas.
E
ele perguntou da BFG 9000.
In my opinion, we did not have a BFG.
Que é uma arma super legal.
Of course, our other weapens are everything you expect, from shotguns to machine guns to
Esse jogo vai ser muito divertido de jogar.
Like the hyper cannon, which is like a railgun. And then of course the active abilities, slam and shatter and vortex grenade.
You have successfully installed ID accession slam.
Here you can see I can use my slam. That's one of my favorite abilities. If you look in the lower left corner of the screen, you can see I have 4 kind of nanotrite abilities that I can use. It's a shatter, where I can send enemies flying.
Okay.
I have a vortex grenade. I can throw that down, and I can jump up the air with that. And I can, of course, throw down a barrier. Using those with the cool weapons, you can really add a lot of variety and your own kind of style to the combat.
So lots of different enemies and archetypes to take on?
Yes, lots of different enemies, and players will learn strategy. They'll learn what guns work best. They'll learn what strategy works best. And adds a lot of variety.
Lançar o Forza Motorsport 8, tá? Conseguiu 100% no Crackdown, Crazy. 57 horas de jogo, ai.
I want to know what's the first thing that I need to seek out. What's the first thing that I should find?
Eu acho bacana.
So what I tell people is the most important thing about Rage 2 is finding arcs. Arcs are these kind of sci-fi tombs that are buried under the ground.
Falando que uma coisa interessante é você encontrar os arcs.
capabilities and your weapons.
Security scanning.
Os arcos eles fornecem para você habilidades e melhorias para as armas. E é uma das partes mais legais do jogo é você procurar encontrar esses arcos.
Talk to people in the world. They may know where arcs are located, and you find them and you uncover the goodies.
Legal. Seria tipo um sistema de loot mais robustão, para deixar o seu personagem mais poderoso, mais
It's a hell of a birthday gift for me.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. I
mais
love
fodão.
to play the game and show people the game.
All right, so remind me, May 14th, correct?
May 14th, right around the corner.
It's not that long, so if you guys are looking for an early birthday present,
Dá para colocar adesivos no lugar do disco. Eu não uso Blu-rays. E mídia física é legal você ter a opção de usar. Mas eu, particularmente, como de 3, 4 anos, eu só rodei 2 jogos de mídia física, então não tem o menor sentido realmente não lançarem um console. Não tem o menor sentido lançarem um console que seja só digital. Porque hoje 98% das mídias que a gente tem é tudo digital. Você divide com amigos, você compartilha com amigos, então... Vai economizar milhões em royalties no uso de DVD de Blu-rays. Sim. Prefiro Doom Eternal, não comparo. São duas propostas diferentes de jogo. Tá bem colorido, né? Legal. Novo Quake single player? Ai, não fala isso não, cara. Eu chego até ficar excitado aqui. Doom, Wolfenstein, Quake, Todos ótimos jogos. Legal, ó, quem fez a parte do gameplay foi a Avalanche. A parte do gameplay dos veículos foi a Avalanche, a mesma que fez Mad Max. Por isso que eu falei que lembra bastante Mad Max, legal. Opa, tá. Hein? Gear 5, é isso que eu li?
I'll tell you what, Ricari may have gotten Rage 2 for his birthday, but June 14th is mine, and I could not be more excited. And joining me now to explain about that excitement, Rod Ferguson, studio head, and of course, creative director at the Coalition, makes Gears. Thank you so much for being here, Rod.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
I am very happy for
Esse cara é um
you
cara
to be
muito
here because
bacana,
you are
muito gente
talking my
boa,
language,
simpático e
and
muito
of course,
educado.
is esports, and you've been
Conversei
here
com ele na
before,
BGS,
and
foi um
we're
cara
coming
extremamente
up to
assim,
you know, we've got the second
acessível,
season of Gears Pro Circuit
cara de trocar
wrapping up
ideia,
next
de te
week,
ouvir,
right? We've got a lot
cara
of that
bacana, viu?
esports scene already around. Everyone wants to know what's next, and more importantly, where can they see Gears this summer?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm here for, is to talk about E-League. E-League is amazing. You know, it's been 3 years now.
Tirei umas fotos com ele, inclusive. Tá no meu Insta e tá no Face também.
We started, you know, back in 2014 when I brought Gears to Vancouver. It was really about like how
Tirei fotos com ele e com o Alan Greenberg, estava lá também. Outro cara muito bacana.
And Ultimate Edition was really the crawl, and Gears 4 was walking. And now I feel like we're trying to get to run, like we're standing up, we're picking up the pace. And this idea of bringing Gears of War to the E-League and having this partnership with them so that people can see it on their television and really get deeper into what is the Gears scene. You know, it's like you go back to our All Access we used to have, right?
Yep.
So that was
reparei também, legal o casaco,
the
né?
rivalries and their stories and overcoming adversity, and that's what the E-League is going to bring. It's not just about, you know, the tournaments, and it's not just about highlight reels. It's really about who are the players.
Das franquias que ela tem, também a que eu mais gosto.
É
o Gears.
The fact that we're going to have these 6 episodes that are going to tell these stories, and you're going to get to go deeper into them and really understand what is the Gears esports scene.
And that's one of the things I love about Gears esports is that they come alongside, like you mentioned, those players, you know, basically, you know, away from the keyboard, out of the bright lights. Still a very important part, of course. But I'm going to go into the E-League portion of this. Obviously, a great organization to align with, right? Mortal Kombat's been with them. Right. CS:GO, which I'm former E-League reporter here, so I'm biased. But you know, in Rocket League, we're talking about they've done an incredible job with a lot of these different franchises. How does it feel now to have Gears as a part of that lineup?
Yeah, I think it's a really big step. I mean, I think getting that out, and because a lot of times esports can sometimes feel sort of niche, you know, in terms of it's a subset of your audience of who you're trying to attract, but it really sets the sort of the tone of what is the franchise. You really see with our players and the way that the slamming on the chest and the hype that comes with every event, and I think the competitive spirit that's there, and I think what we're doing even sort of special, like as you said, we're ending season 2 with Gears 4, and so now people are wondering like what's going on with Versus for Gears 5, and so we're using E-League as a way to bring that out and show that off. So E-League is actually going to be the way you're going to see your first glimpse of Versus of Gears 5. And then in July 13th and 14th, we're going to have a Gears 5 tournament, an invitational, and we're going to bring 8 teams, fan favorites from around the world, to come together and show off what Versus is really like in Gears 5.
Optic, excuse me. I'm so sorry, that one's on me.
Gesundheit.
Thank you, it's allergies. But also, you know, we will be hearing from you soon about some other Gears games. Am I correct?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. If only something could pop to mind, I'd be able to come up with something. Or if I could think tactically about what I could talk about, I just don't know what I could be thinking about. But yeah, I mean, we're doing lots. We're doing, you know, there's a crazy amount of stuff going on in the coalition right now. So much so that I had to like take a seaplane down and back so that
I saw on your Instagram. That was pretty cool.
I didn't lose a day in the studio. So I mean, more than a day. And so yeah, we have lots of stuff going on. I even got the new comic book series started with Hivebusters.
Right.
That's going to be coming out in May. I hope I'm supposed to be saying that because now it's out there now.
It is there.
And so yeah, so between like 3 games plus a bunch of other stuff, plus comics, plus a bunch of other stuff, there's just a lot going on. But just the fact that we're bringing, like, you know, when we started back with Ultimate Edition and just sort of going back old school, because you remember what Gears 1 was like with esports, like it was like there was not really a way to view it, and there was no spectator camera, and it was really the old school of the old school.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to improve that and improve that and improve that and improve, make it more playable, make it more watchable, make it more, you know, being able to have better camera controls. And I think as you see where we get to with, you know, Gears 5, and then as we go to continue to improve, that's one of the things I love about sort of the games that have this life beyond launch now. It's not all what's in the box, it's about where you take it after that too. And that's gonna be true for esports and Gears 5 as well. It's like, where can we carry it even after launch?
Well, as an esports fan, I am so excited to have Gears with E-League. Thank you so much, Rod, for being here and for talking to us today.
I'm happy to do it, and happy to do it, you know, on your birthday. So that's there's my gift to you, because you won't stop talking about your birthday the entire time I'm here. But no, yeah, so June 14th. Well, the first episode, so please tune in and watch TBS, because it's going to be, I think it's going to be awesome. And I think it's going to bring, if you're new to esports, if you're not as hardcore as, say, Kate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I think it's a great way to get into it, because like I said, it's about, you know, when you watch the Olympics and you say, like, I don't care about the triathlon. And then you see a human story about this triathlete and what they've overcome and what they've done in their lives. And now you're like, I really want them to win. I really understand their story. And it's going to be that way, I think, for E-League. Is the fact that you get to understand their stories and when their journeys, and then you get to see them play and what that means. I think it's going to kind of change the scene.
And E-League is absolutely one of the top esports entities out there that does that. Rod, I'm so thankful that you were here. And you know what? Let's actually send it back.
Você dando uma ênfase
Thanks, Rod. Thanks,
ferrenha pro Gears of War na vertente de esportes, né?
I think I've got a game that will make you drop your epically skinned Mozambique. Check this out. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the next game from Respawn, and it's set to launch on November 15th.
Nossa.
Unlike Apex, this is a
Dia 15 de
single-player,
novembro vai lançar o novo Star Wars.
experience, and we were there for the big reveal at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago last weekend.
Segundo o que relataram, não terá foco em multiplayer, será completamente história e campanha. Isso me deixa extremamente animado. Olha os cosplayers que investem no negócio, né? De vez em quando é legal ver os cospobres, mas os cosplayers também são muito bons.
When we look at Star Wars and we look at what people want out of a Jedi-focused game, it's the story, it's the battle of light and darkness, it's falling in love with a character and a setting and a world or worlds, right, inside Star Wars, and just going on an amazing adventure. And we felt we could best serve that demand with a single-player game that really just, you know, let players kind of immerse themselves inside Star Wars.
Oh, que legal.
The hero, Cal Kestis, he's living in hiding as the game opens. He's got a mysterious past that players will learn about as we, you know, march towards release and as they play the game. He's got trauma in his past, and he's a Force user, so he already has some sort of connection to the Force. And over the course of the game, he'll have to develop and trust in his connection to the Force and sort of expand on his skill set of what he can do if he wants to survive and stay one step ahead of the Inquisition, which is hunting him. So as Cal, you're a Force user, which means you've got Force powers, and you'll use those in your adventures and in combat. You've also got a lightsaber, and lightsaber combat's definitely a pillar of the game. We try and make our combat thoughtful, so it's on a button masher, it's not hack and slash. You'll have to really look at enemies and what their strengths and weaknesses are, and then sort of like deploy the right lightsaber move or force ability to get through the challenge. At the same time, Star Wars is a really wide audience, so we want to make the game as accessible as possible to anybody who picks it up and plays it. It's going to be fun. But if you put the time in to master the combat system, there's a lot of depth there, and we want that to be rewarding for people. Accompanying Cal on his journey will be BD-1, who's his buddy droid. He's a companion droid. He's Cal's best friend. It's kind of like a boy and his dog, and they're inseparable. And BD-1's more than a sidekick. He's got his own story, his own agenda, and he's really Cal's kind of equal partner on this story. And then there's Seer, who you saw in the trailer, who's Cal's mentor. She's a former Jedi Knight, but she's kind of an unconventional mentor and kind of occupies the space, unlike something that we usually see for mentors in Star Wars. Pursuing them all is the second sister, who's the Inquisitor, kind of who takes our antagonist role in the game. She's exceptionally intelligent, ruthless, and is going to be a real challenge for Cal to survive. Along the way, you might imagine Cal goes to various different locales. There might be wildlife there that has a taste for young Jedi. There's a whole wide range of things that'll get Cal killed over the course of the game.
Eles só mostraram CGs, não mostraram nada de gráfico em game, tá? Mas baseado nos jogos Ixi, vou dar arrombado.
Go back to the 90s. You better check yourself. Before you wreck yourself, 'cause I'm back.
Now, we've announced a ton of Xbox 360 backward compatible games on this show, and every time we do, there's one game that everyone brings up in response. Why didn't you announce this title?
Well, the tweets and comments can finally come to a stop because the day is finally here. It is time to reveal the latest backward compatible game. And a bonus, it's Xbox One X enhanced.
Putz, jogos com melhorias vindo pro Xbox One X.
That's right, Ninja Gaiden 2 is back. The lightning-fast combat and brutal dismemberments will have you mashing buttons and ducking severed limbs. And when you see how the enhanced version looks and feels in action, you'll agree it was worth the wait.
Now remember, with these Xbox One X enhanced releases, you're getting the very best version of the game possible.
Vai ter uma versão melhorada pro Xbox One X.
Xbox 360 games that are Xbox One X enhanced run at
Será que vão consertar os problemas de frame rate desse jogo? O jogo é magnânimo, mas o frame rate dele é brutalmente ruim.
Code doesn't get touched, and these aren't remastered ports, y'all.
But that's not all we have for you. Starting today, 5 existing backwards compatible Xbox 360 titles will be enhanced for Xbox One X. Now, these classics are going to look a whole lot better.
Now, the first is one of Sam Fisher's most
Os
dangerous
jogos
assignments,
360 que serão melhorados para Xbox One X.
You'll have to infiltrate a homegrown terrorist operation and bring it down from the inside, all while maintaining your cover, or what I call Tuesdays.
But that's not the only Splinter Cell title we've got for you today. Splinter Cell Conviction is also Xbox One X enhanced. The series received a major overhaul in this chapter with fast, fluid action and an incredibly stylized presentation.
Now, we just announced that 2 of the 3 Splinter Cell games from last gen are enhanced, so we gotta complete the set. Am I right, Ricari?
You're absolutely right.
I know. So that means Splinter Cell Blacklist has also made the jump. This game lets you play Sam the way you want. Silent and deadly, super stealthy.
Graficamente deve receber tapa na peteca ali para ficar ainda mais bonito.
Out of Splinter Cell games, so it's time to move on to another classic series, shall we? Get ready to dance for the townspeople and kick some chickens because Fable 2 is now enhanced for the Xbox One X.
Nossa, Fable 2 também sofrerá melhorias pro Xbox One X.
Find out if it's good to be the king when you take the crown and have to make some, well, major life and death decisions.
Conviction é muito bom, o baixo é muito bom.
Alright, just remember there's no additional purchase to make. You can play with the discs you already own, or if you don't own them, purchase these titles digitally in the Microsoft Store.
Okay, now to recap. Ninja Gaiden 2, Fable 3 and 2, Splinter Cell Blacklist, Splinter Cell Conviction, Splinter Cell Double Agent, all enhanced, and the rollout for
Os
these
jogos
updates
terão
starts
melhorias
today.
para Xbox One X. Ótimos títulos.
We've had lots of console talk today, but now it's time to give some love to our mouse and keyboard warriors. The PC experience is about to get a whole lot better with the relaunch of Game Bar. It's a total revamp with a ton of changes. I sat down with some of the team behind Game Bar for a look at all of the new features and what's still to come. Did you know I did that and it wasn't Larry?
Got a lot of great features coming to Game Bar, but I want to start first with Kripal, that maybe some folks have seen Game Bar, they don't know what it is. Explain what it is.
So the Game Bar is essentially an overlay that works over any PC game. And you bring it up by hitting Windows, G for gaming. And the whole thing behind
É
the
relativo
feature
a
is
uma
PC
opção
gamers
chamada
really do a lot
Game
of
Bar,
things in gaming.
que vai ter a barra de jogo, que vai ter dentro dos jogos do PC, etc e tal. Galera, gostei muito do que falaram do novo Star Wars, tá? Aparentemente ele vai ter um sistema de combate focado em hack and slash. Eu li alguém falando aí que não gostou do...
How is this different from any other overlay, Dan?
Como que chama? Fugiu o nome agora.
Because it comes with
Force
Windows 10,
Unleashed.
it works over any
Eu
different-
adoro
any
Force
gaming
Unleashed,
device. You don't have to
gostei
install
muito
it,
dos
you
dois
don't have to
jogos,
download,
então
you don't have to do anything.
eu
It
espero
just
que tenha um
happens.
sistema de
So
combate
anytime you're
frenético,
playing
com
a
uma
game,
ênfase
you can just
legal
hit
na
Windows
ação
G key and just bring
e
it
que
right
tem
up,
um enredo
right
bem
over
bacana. Não mostraram gráficos em game, mas baseado nos dois Star Wars Battlefronts que já foram lançados, não vai ser um jogo feio. Pode esperar que vai ser um jogo muito bonito e muito bem acabado. Isso foi bem legal. Deixa eu ver nos comentários que vocês estão falando aqui.
And for us, what customization actually means is the Game Bar is completely widget-based, which means you can choose the widgets that you want to see in your Game Bar. You can also not just choose the widgets that you want, you can also move them to whatever section or portion of the screen you want. If you want to pin them over the screen, you can do that too. So that's what we want. We want
Dark
your Game
Messiah,
Bar
eu não conheço esse jogo, hein?
with the Xbox Live
Não
thing
lembro
that we
dele.
brought into Game Bar. You can chat with your friends not just on PC, but also on console, but also on iOS and Android.
Dan, what are a couple ways that people are using Game Bar?
They use it to take pictures, create quick memes of some awesome moment that they had in the game.
A barba desse cara parece
share it
gráfico
with
de
their friends on
PS2.
Twitter or any other social network, and monitor performance for their PC is another feature.
Sounds like Game Bar is really a toolbox that you're going to allow people to arrange their workspace the way they'd like to. Dan, tell us a little more about that.
With Game Bar, you have the ability to customize it how you want it. So every gamer is different. Some people care about some features versus others. And so I personally really care about my friends, right? So I have my friends list front and center. I have all of them listed there. I can see what they're playing right now. I can double click on them, start conversation, whether text or voice. And I also really care about content, creating pictures and videos. I like to post them on Twitter, on YouTube. And so I have my gallery out that shows all the latest pictures and videos I've made and all the memes that I've created within the Game Bar.
So that's what you've created yours. Kripal, how have you created
Possivelmente
your
preparativos,
space in Game Bar?
possivelmente
For me,
para
it's all
Fable
about
futuro
audio,
aí.
which means two widgets. One, it's the audio controls widget so that I can play around with the settings for what my chat versus music versus my game. And the second is actually Spotify. So we're bringing Spotify into
Não,
Game Bar. So
não é
you
que
can
já é um
listen
projeto
to music,
morto.
so the
Isso não
playlist
volta
that
mais.
you love when you are playing whatever your game of choice is. I love RTSs and control that music without ever leaving the game.
That's big news for fans of gaming and music.
Paladino muitas, depois a gente vai falar sobre isso aqui.
People love to watch
Não dá pra
gaming
falar
as much
disso
as they
agora,
love to
ficar
play.
recapitulando
And so
tudo.
we've brought in streaming as well.
Até
So I
agora,
can
pra
watch
mim,
my favorite
poucas
streamers
coisas realmente
right
são
within Game Bar.
pra
I can
mim,
pin them so that
me
they stay
interessaram.
there all the
As
time
novidades
while
têm
I'm
até
either
relativamente
gaming or
bastante
doing
coisa.
whatever else I'm doing. I can just watch that stream and continue doing whatever.
It's like a picture over a picture,
That's
right?
Pode.
You're watching
É
their
que
game
ninguém
over
mais
my
tem que
game.
falar dessa porcaria.
You've really worked closely with the community to develop these features. Tell us about some of the plans moving forward.
Yeah, so we have
Seria
a lot
legal
of
isso,
plans, right?
Gerro.
Like we're
Seria legal.
dedicated to this space.
Mas
I
acho
love
difícil
PC
isso
gaming.
acontecer.
This is my passion. I dedicated to this space. I love PC gaming. This is my passion. I game every night, and so we're always looking for PC gaming feedback on what we should do next. One of the big things that we're bringing is looking for group. This was really successful on console. We call it LFG. This is the idea where I can quickly find someone to finish that boss fight or that raid together. So choose a game.
Poderiam lançar uma
choose what
opção
you're
do
looking for,
Xbox One
start
X
it.
sem
People
leitor.
can kind of
Também,
see
né?
those lists,
Um
opt
Xbox
in,
One
you
X
get a bunch of
nano,
feedback saying like, hey, these
menor
people play
ainda,
with you.
sem
You say
leitor,
yes, you join a party,
totalmente
join
digital,
voice, and you're good to go.
mais barato.
lot of
Seria
great
uma
stuff
jogada
coming from
mais
Game Bar,
top
gentlemen. Thanks for your
ainda.
time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aguardemos o futuro. Vamos ver agora, Warhammer Kills Bane.
Warhammer Chaos Bane is set to launch on June 4th, and if you love the Warhammer universe or some good old-fashioned dungeon crawling, then this is the game for you. Couch co-op, loot for days, and skill trees to
não é jogo pra mim não, pra quem gosta mesmo.
We're excited to announce that the next closed beta is about to start, and in just
Mesmo
2
sendo
days.
estilo Diablo, o
On
foco
April
dele
18th, you'll be
não é
able
o
to
que
jump
eu...
into the action as Braggy Axbiter, the Dwarf Killer. He's all about high DPS and in-your-face damage. You can also try out Alessa, the Wood Elf, if you want to provide support and range damage for your party. They'll be joining the Soldier and High Elf classes from the first beta, which means all 4 classes will be playable at once and in a brand new region. Head over to my Twitter at Major Nelson because I've got beta codes to give away. You can also guarantee beta access when you pre-order the game on the Xbox Store. If you already pre-ordered, don't worry, we've got you covered. You are in. This is the last time you'll be able to get your hands on the game before it launches on June 4th. And we've got one last Warhammer announcement. We're giving away a limited edition console, this
Participação especial do Maximilian. Vamos dar um furinho pra ele.
Which are based on the fierce Bloodletter Fire Demon,
Esse
one of the
papai.
game's iconic monsters. Now, only 2 of these consoles have been made, and this one can be yours.
Olha lá o
Go to
videogame, que legal. Tem
Xbox on
bichão
Twitter
no
to find
videogame.
out how to win. Good luck. All right, Ricari, what's up?
All right, in just a few minutes, it's going to be raining controllers.
Fala oi pro pessoal da live, fala oi pra câmera, fala
The
oi.
huge Xbox Spring Sale.
Olha
But
lá, vamos
first,
ver o que
a
eles estão
look at one
falando,
of our
filho.
most
Tem que ficar
popular
quietinho.
series, Xbox Sessions, where the biggest names in pop culture play the latest games. And right now, there's no bigger name than Zachary Levi, star of Shazam. Now, Zach may have the #1 movie in the country for a couple of weeks running, but will he be able to survive the Xbox Game Pass Superhero Challenge? Let's find out.
Hã?
Hey, what's up guys? Benny here and welcome to a very special Xbox Game Pass challenge. And I'm joined today by none other than Zachary Levi, star of the brand new superhero movie in the DC universe, Shazam. So let's get into our very first challenge.
Let's do it. I have a controller.
Sea of
Look at that, how
Thieves.
convenient.
Zach, you're going to use your cannon to fire us on top of a mountain and not go face first into the side of a skyscraper.
Well, you know, we're going to get there. Here you go.
Okay, right, here we go. Oh.
There, you're going to be up there.
Now fire yourself. Oh, hold on. There you are. Wait on you.
Bunk! Guys, give me a harder challenge than this. This is...
Zach, for your second challenge, we're going to be playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider and test out your wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm expecting 2 minutes or less. How quickly do you reckon Shazam could kind of get through this?
He would get through super fast because he's the greatest superhero that ever was. He would completely just ignore everything. He's impervious to all of that anyway.
All right, your time, you got 5 seconds.
No! What are you talking about? I got all the time in the world.
E caiu. Morreu
Floor is
queimado.
lava, guys. Sometimes you gotta fail in order to learn.
Shazam would have done it. But you've still got 2 more challenges, though. You can make up for it. So, Zach, the challenge today is to hit 200 miles an hour on the Forza Horizon Sprint, which I think you can do. How fast can Shazam go? What's his top speed?
You know, I've never been clocked. Super fast.
200 miles an hour.
Oh, easy.
203.
203 and straight up into the forest.
You smashed that challenge, I'm not going to lie.
Crushed it. What's
That's
next?
A nice start.
What's next?
So Zach, the challenge today is to try and score as many aerial goals as you can in Rocket League.
This is me using Shazam's power of flight. You're gonna go flying. Oh!
First goal.
Oh, that's in.
Nice simple roll through.
Got it.
The thing is, you picked it up pretty quickly. Like aerial and Rocket League is one of the hardest.
That's it.
That was like a nice little
Bro,
swivel, a little slap.
bro.
So there we have it. Zach has completed the Xbox Game Pass challenge. I've got to say, you smashed it.
I think I did pretty good. Three out of 4 challenges, not bad.
It's one of the best we've seen so far. It's been a lot of fun, and thank you very much for joining us.
Spring is here in the Northern Hemisphere, and you know what that means. Allergies, erratic weathers, E3 predictions for you and preparations for us, and a bunch of fun stuff.
On the positive side, Game of Thrones is back, ran its withering characters with the three-eyed raven stare, and there's big Xbox Spring Sale, which no one died during yet. Whether you're looking for consoles, games, or accessories, there's something for everyone.
We are standing in front of all of these controllers for a reason. All of them were created with Xbox Design Labs. There's over 1 billion color combinations out there, so make your own.
You can go online and customize every inch of it, the sticks, the bumpers,
Legal,
the
vai
triggers,
ter a opção de você ir online e você customizar o seu controle com as cores e o jeito que você quiser.
Controllers are also on sale, including the last 2 we revealed on Inside Xbox, the Phantom White and the Sport Red. Listen, they make great gifts or replacements when, you know, you're faced with the ramifications of Sekiro Rage.
I'm gonna need more white gloves for this.
I think so.
Anyway, all right, so you've got the controllers. What about the games? Head over to the Xbox store for discounts of up to 65% off on over 500 titles and DLCs. And gold members, you save an extra 10%. That is crazy!
Esse verde parece controle infantil. Também não compraria não, cara. O verde não.
Like the Assassin's Creed Odyssey Gold Edition for only $33. That's the game plus all the DLC as well as the remastered
Já, mas não oficial da Microsoft, né?
Which normally retails for $40 by itself. Or maybe pick up the complete edition of The Witcher 3 for only $15. Yikes.
Why not pick them all up? I mean, those two games alone will keep you busy for months. If you're feeling apocalyptic, go for State of Decay 2 for $14.99 and check out the free Choose Your Apocalypse update just released. Now, the game just passed over 5 million players. Congratulations to the team at Undead Labs. That is a milestone to be proud of. There are so many options with the spring sale, so take a look.
Now back to those deals there, Larry. You can save $50 on any Xbox One console bundle and get an Apex Legends Founders Pack included. And on the PC side, we've got up to $300 off gaming PCs and up to 50% off digital games and much more.
That's a lot to keep track of, but don't worry, there's a rundown of all the sales over at Xbox.com, or you can check out the Microsoft Store on your console.
Larry, are you ready for E3? He is, because in just a few minutes, Phil Spencer is going to give us a sneak preview of what's to come.
All right, but first it's time to talk about
vem aí para fazer anúncios.
community events, Xbox Fan Fest. Last year, we hosted incredible gatherings all around the world, and we've got even bigger plans for 2019.
No Brasil, isso lá na BGS que mostrou aí. As cenas que mostraram foram lá na BGS.
And let me hear you scream!
I'd like to personally thank everyone who's joining us from FanFest.
I've never had an experience like this in my life.
You get a chance to come to FanFest, take it.
The best weekend we've ever had together, ever.
All right, joining me now, the man behind Xbox Fan Fest, Chris Munson, who you may know as Mr. Fan Fest, the Fan Fest guy, Money Rumble. Either way, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much, Ricari. We appreciate it.
Now, I gotta say, I'm super excited for this one for multiple reasons. First of all, I was that fan not too long ago, but second of all, this is 5th year, right?
5th year. I can't even begin to think about all the work that has gone into this, but also we wouldn't be here without the fans. We really wouldn't. From the lineup back at Microsoft stores in the early part of 2015 to today, it's amazing.
All right, so it's 2019. We're going to be back at E3. I want to know what you've got in store this year.
Well, we got a lot of really cool stuff in store.
Concordo plenamente, Joaquim. O evento do Xbox São Phil Spencer é a mesma coisa que Vingadores sem o Capitão América e o Homem de Ferro. Concordo, cara.
For FanFest this year.
Phil Spencer é o cara, velho.
Well, we've got, of course, the briefing on Sunday,
muito bacana,
June 9th, which the fans will be up front and center. They'll get a lot of access to that. Then the FanFest Showcase, which is Monday night, which will be first hands-on with games, autograph sessions, dev meetings, food and drink, plus also, of course, that takes place in the Microsoft Theater. They'll also be able to go out to the Mixer Dome, which will be a brand new aspect to the entire showcase. So that's
Seja bem-vindo, Zito Corpus. Obrigado pelo follow aí, cara.
You know, only so many spots, lots of Xbox fans. Yep. It's happened before. These things go quick, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, in fact, so we're going to implement the random
o
drawing.
controle do Xbox One é melhor na funcionalidade, mas durabilidade igual ao 360 eu nunca vi.
Not only that, we're actually going to expand the ages for the first time ever.
Tá
We're actually
fazendo
going to allow
caminhozinho também
18 and above. And so some of our younger fans will be able to get into FanFest for the very first time. And that random drawing, that ticketing site will go available starting this Friday, April 19th at 9 a.m. You submit your name, get in there, and then we'll keep it open for a couple days, and on the 25th, we'll actually start choosing winners.
Now, just because I got to make sure 9 a.m. that's specific.
Yes, that is.
Okay, I'm just saying. Look, there's people that are probably already waiting right now.
Absolutely. The trailer shown everywhere around the world.
And it's an awesome site. Now, I got to say, there's a few things that we know. You get access to a bunch of Xbox employees, the briefing, a ton of stuff goes on. But I feel like FanFest is definitely known for one thing in particular, and I heard you brought it with you today, and it's a bag of sorts, yes?
A secret gear backpack. Yes, absolutely. The secret gear backpack is something that we enjoy every single year.
We've got it, right?
Yes, and it's right off the camera here. But here's the special part, is that actually we've partnered with an internal development team this year on this special one, and we're really hoping. So if you can toss it.
Sim, muita diferença. Antes do fio, o planejamento estratégico da empresa de marketing era um. Depois que ele entrou, mudou tudo. É o gigante Little Eu.
Got the wonderful key art and everything like that. So a wonderful new addition. Now what's inside?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's looking kind of...
It's a secret. It's a secret.
Sim,
that's why we call it
Maximilian Victor.
So this will be it. So fans, looking forward to this, and
Fala, eu sou
looking
Maximilian
forward to
Victor.
showing you what's inside this as we get closer to
Fala.
E3. And of course at E3.
Now, it's impossible for everyone to get to FanFest.
Você quer brincar com o
Did you know
celular?
that the very first FanFest I snuck into? You know what I did?
What?
I said, I held the camera. I'm going to tell him this right here, right now. I held the camera and said, hey, Chris, do you need photos of anything? And you're like, actually, yes.
Yes, we did.
We need a photographer.
Merece muito reconhecimento. Além do fato de ser uma simpatia de pessoa, né? Ele para conversar com você como se fosse qualquer pessoa comum. Um chairman desse naipe parar para te dar atenção não é muito normal dessas grandes empresas. Eles são muito nobres, costumam ser muito arrogantes. O difícil pensar não é assim. Ele vai no meio do povão, troca ideia, bate papo, cara bem acessível. Levando em consideração quem ele é dentro da empresa, é bem legal isso.
Stay tuned for more information on that throughout the year as we lead up to June.
All right, so give me the last couple of plugs again.
Beleza, Luiz, seja bem-vindo, cara.
Friday?
Yep, so we've got the ticketing site goes available on this Friday.
Salve, VG Play, seja bem-vindo, cara, aí pelo Mixer.
You gotta have a gamer tag, of course. Then that site will be open for a couple days. We'll shut down. Then pull a random drawing starting on the 25th, and then look for those emails. That's the biggest part, because you got 24 hours if you win to register and purchase that ticket. Tickets are $45 again this year, as they were last year, and all those proceeds will be going to a deserving charity, which we'll talk about actually in the next couple of weeks or so. So very, very excited. Oh, and lastly,
go ahead.
Lastly, because there's another element of FanFest that we people always ask about, especially for E3. Will I go to the expo? Will there be a ticket? Yes. Yes, thank you to the ESA for their partnership here, but all FanFest tickets will also include an E3 Expo Pass, so everybody will be able to go.
O pessoal que vai para E3, todo ticket para FanFest vai incluir também o ticket para quem for na E3. Então, agradecendo o pessoal da organização americana por isso, por ter permitido essa parceria.
I'll be there working. I don't have to sneak in this time.
Me too.
Yeah, so I'll see you in LA. All right, Chris, again, thanks so much. For more on this year's E3, Larry got to sit down with Phil Spencer.
Eu não vou nem falar o nome dele aqui, também não suporto aquele cara. Tomara que ele tenha sido tragado por buraco negro no fim do universo.
Good to see you, Larry. Earlier in the show, we had Chris Munson on talking about Xbox FanFest details.
O presidente da Sony é super arrogante, isso é verdade. Ele já deu umas declarações bem polêmicas e completamente inadequadas para a comunidade em geral. Isso não é bacana. Isso não é nada bacana. É, da divisão americana. É, sim.
We had Kareem on showing xCloud. How do all of these pieces fit together in your mind?
It's a really good question. You know, we've said for the longest time that we put the gamer at the center of how we build our strategy and our services. We don't start with the device. We don't start with us. We think about our customer and what does the customer want. And we kind of are driven by this idea that as a gamer, you should be able to play the games that you want to play on the devices you want to play them on with your friends anywhere you go. And this is all part of that strategy, that vision, that kind of goal that we have for players. You at the center, playing your games wherever you want to go.
You're talking about travel. I noticed, I was reading your Twitter feed, is that you tweeted out you were over in Asia recently meeting with game developers and partners. How did that go?
I always love my time in the studios. It's kind of how I grew up at Xbox in studios. So now when I get to go out to third-party studios, I get to play games early, talk to the studios about what they're doing. This is always an interesting time because E3 is coming up. So we get an opportunity to talk about the things that we're going to focus on our stage at E3 and see if we have great content. Speaking specifically of Japan and Korea, which were the two places I was, I'm really proud of the partnerships that we've built over the last few years. Think about some of those moments. Finally had a Kingdom Hearts.
Olha, podem esperar mais jogos vindos de produtoras japonesas e com foco na cultura japonesa no console Xbox. Isso é muito bom.
I'm seeing friends. I'm seeing people that I see multiple times a year, seeing their games. I think we're going to have a really great show at E3 from developers all over.
Now, I have to ask you, you've been traveling a lot, but I also look and I see you're playing Destiny 2. What are you doing?
Isso é verdade, ele tá sempre jogando Destiny 2. Você vê a gamer tag dele, sempre quando ele tá online, ele tá jogando Destiny 2, cara. É impressionante.
No, I'm saying when you're traveling, how are you playing, Phil?
So, starting probably January, I started taking my phone and my controller with me and using our streaming xCloud technology.
So you're beta testing it?
I am alpha testing, probably, alpha and beta testing. It's nice for me because we happen to be sitting on the same floor.
Mas já perguntou pra ele como é que ele faz pra jogar quando ele tá viajando, já que ele joga mesmo viajando. Aí ele falou que leva sempre o dispositivo móvel, celular e controle com ele, e que ele tá testando um sistema da nuvem para testar a acessibilidade aos jogos. Ele tá sendo alpha tester.
Using xCloud, I'm running Destiny Strikes with my friends online, using xCloud. It's just a test setup, right? This is me playing the games I like to go play. I have one server that is set up for me, so it's kind of like my Xbox in the cloud.
I can see the label. It says Phil's server on it, right in the rack. I'm sure that's what it says.
But, you know, figuring out latency, like when I was in Japan, I'm sitting there playing games. I'm in a hotel, 8,000 miles away from my server, and kind of what does that feel like? Because that's not our solution will be with the breadth of what we have in Azure, that data centers will be close to you to minimize ping time, to minimize latency that you have. But I will say there's something magical about taking my Xbox experience with me. Like when I boot up, it is me. P3 is on, all my friends are there, all my messages are there. I don't feel like I'm disconnected. I can launch my games. I'm not having to kind of grind a separate set of characters or something. It is my state that I have.
Ele está ressaltando a importância de ter essa acessibilidade em qualquer lugar onde ele pode abrir a gamer tag dele a P3 e acessar os amigos, imagens, as mensagens, aliás, os jogos, aonde ele estiver, na hora que ele quiser. Isso é legal.
I'm getting to do this, and I'm really excited about the rollout that we have coming.
So this is the last episode of Inside Xbox before we hit E3 2019. How are you feeling about E3 this year?
This is going to be an interesting one. Like we're the platform holder that has a live stage show, and it's kind of just us this year. I feel the responsibility of that. I want to represent gaming. Right? I think it's an important time where the kind of larger community, news and other things are looking
at the gaming industry at E3. I think it's a time where we kind of pop above a lot of the noise that's out there. So I think the whole team, we're taking the responsibility of being out there, representing gaming and wanting to do a good job of that.
What are you most excited about? Are you most excited about getting off stage, meeting with the fans, meeting with developers? Tell me about that.
I'm always excited about time with the fans and the community. Like coming out on stage, seeing faces in the crowd that I know. I'll get certain DMs and stuff on Xbox Live or Twitter about people just excited about the show. I'm excited about what we're going to get to show. I'm as much a fan of the show as I am in it. I love the fact that we're in Microsoft Theater again, and it's going to be a familiar place, but also a place that's kind of feels right in the center of what's going on at E3, and definitely just the community is such a highlight for me at the show.
Last year we announced, I remember you being up on stage, and behind you were all the brand new studios, and we've certainly brought a few more into the fold since then. What can we expect from Xbox Studios this time around?
Yeah, our new studios are going to have things to show, which is going to be awesome. Some new things that
Sim, provavelmente ele tem servidor do qual ele faz parte do gerenciamento. Foi o que ele disse ali. Mesmo ele estando longe, ele consegue acessar, utilizar todas as funcionalidades da gamer tag do perfil dele normalmente. Tudo usando o xCloud, tá tudo em fase de teste alfa ainda.
See them getting excited about that. It's kind of different than being an independent studio, but it's going to be exciting to see the studios. It'll take kind of years
to really have them fully integrated in and kind of delivering the same way all of the teams do. Pela brasileira, então, com os planos de venda de console, acessórios, jogos, preços voltados de forma geral para um valor razoável para o nosso mercado, jogos dublados, legendados. Isso veio muito da administração dele. É um cara que ele fez muito pela comunidade gamer, principalmente pela comunidade gamer BR.
My Game Pass? There you go. Got your Game Pass check. Well, listen, I appreciate you stopping by and joining us here at Inside Xbox.
I'm excited to be on the show.
All right.
Great job with it.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
It is always great to hear from Phil, and we cannot wait until E3. Now, after today's show, stick around on Mixer.com/Xbox for an all-new episode of Mixer's own tips and tricks. Malik and Ethan, they'll be talking about the latest Forza and Sea of Thieves updates, all the news from today's show, and we need your votes for the greatest shooter of all time.
They are a great show, third best show on Mixer, as a matter of fact. Now, this episode of Inside Xbox may be coming to a close, but you don't want to miss the next one. That's because, like Kate's birthday, it's kind of a big deal.
That's right, we're heading to Los Angeles for E3 2019, and we'll have complete coverage of all the
foi
inside
que não revelou tanta coisa assim, para mim, pelo menos, substancialmente tão avassaladora. Não foi nada demais, não. Mas eu imagino que eles também não devam falar muita coisa para guardar muita coisa para E3. E se eles revelam o mais importante aqui, vou mostrar o que na E3, vai falar o que lá? Também tem essa.
6 p.m. Eastern, that's 3 o'clock Pacific, from the Microsoft Theater with even more news.
Now, of course, Mixer will be a big force this year at E3 with
o que falou da Rev foram dos novos jogos a serem otimizados para Xbox One X. Falou-se também dos jogos, da ênfase nos jogos mais parrudos, AAAs e jogos grandes, não somente dos jogos da Microsoft, mas de outros jogos grandes também vindo para o Game Pass de maneira muito mais rápida. Isso é bem legal. No lançamento, por exemplo. Imagina, sei lá, sair tipo vamos supor, um Evil Within 3 e já tá no lançamento o negócio. Ô louco. Olha, eu vou ser muito sincero, Joaquim, não porque eu jogo no Xbox, mas a maior parte dos jogos que eu mais gosto é multiplataforma, franquias também. Mas pelos serviços prestados, estabilidade, organização mercadológica e todos os opcionais que a plataforma oferece, para nós no Brasil, eu imagino que até no resto do mundo também, o Xbox é insuperável, cara. Isso aí eu não tô falando por fanboyolagem, nem frescurite. Sony também faz um puta de um videogame, PS4 é animal. Mas em questão de plataforma e versatilidade de serviços, nada se equipara ao Xbox. Nada. Falando de consoles, nada se equipara ao Xbox. O que a Microsoft tem hoje no mercado, dificilmente alguma empresa vai bater. Mesmo porque é até normal, como excelência dela ser boa nisso. Ela já faz isso para o Windows, nada mais natural do que trazer isso para o Xbox também. Então eu acredito que sim, o Xbox seria uma opção bacana, cara. Eu daria chance pro Xbox, não porque eu tenho Xbox não, cara. A não ser que você goste muito dos exclusivos da Sony e vá comprar o console para os exclusivos da plataforma, de maneira geral, independente de exclusivos, eu daria uma chance pro Xbox, tá? Muito mais. Acabou! Aê! Cadê os bracinhos pra cima? Aê! Tem que ter o bracinho pra cima, senão não vale. Peraí. Fala, acabou, aê! Porque agora eu vou comer, eu vou tomar banho, papai vai buscar sorvete pra mim. Vai lá pegar o celular. Vai que eu já tô indo já, deixa eu acabar de falar com o pessoal. Dá tchau. Fala tchau, pessoal. Olha pra câmera. Vai lá, bonitinho, vai lá no celular. E assim ele vai. Então assim, de uma forma geral, eu ainda acho o Xbox o console mais estruturado da geração por vários motivos, principalmente pelos serviços do Game Pass, do EA Access, entre outras coisas. Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui no chat. Falou, Marcos. Valeu, cara. Vou até fechar aqui agora, que nós já não temos mais necessidade de ficar com essa tela aberta. Eu acho todas as plataformas extremamente atraentes, mas falando de serviços e de um ecossistema extremamente robusto, nada se compara ao Xbox. Isso não tenha dúvidas. É meio que até uma obrigação da Microsoft fazer isso muito bem e ela faz com excelência. A questão é, eu, por exemplo, Eu nunca comprei Xbox, nunca comprei console por exclusivos. Filhinho, deixa o pai terminar, senta ali um pouquinho. Peraí, gente, só um minutinho aqui. Eu, por exemplo, eu nunca comprei console por exclusivo. Eu sempre comprei por jogos que 99% são multiplataforma. Então, assim, as franquias que eu mais gosto. Eu não, sinceramente, não vivo de exclusivos. Então, nem para Xbox, nem para PlayStation, nem para qualquer console que eu já tenha comprado. Então, assim, para mim, pouco importa exclusivos. Eu, inclusive, torço muito para que um dia a exclusividade vá para os quintos dos infernos, sinceramente. Esse negócio, eu gostaria muito que tivesse Mario para todo mundo, Gears e Halo para todo mundo, God of War para todos os consoles. Você escolheria a plataforma baseada nos serviços que ela te oferece dentro do ecossistema dela. Os jogos deveriam ser multiplataforma para todo mundo. Então, para mim, tanto faz. Eu não compraria um console por causa de 4, 5 jogos. Eu compro um console para jogar muitos jogos. Então, a maioria deles não é exclusiva, é multiplataforma. Então, para mim, whatever. Deixa eu dar uma lida aqui. Maximilian, sem barulhinho, filho. Deixa eu dar uma olhada no chat de vocês. Pra mim não foi nada demais, viu? Achei o Inside bem morno, com poucas revelações. Gostei muito dos jogos que foram mostrados, já relatando que sofrerão melhorias para Xbox One X. Isso foi muito interessante, principalmente os dois Splinter Cell que mostraram ali. O Fable também, isso pode significar até a preparação para um novo Fable lançado no mercado. De repente pode vir uma coisa legal por aí, isso é bem bacana. Project Awakening, capaz que nem sai... Não sei, eu não sei desse jogo não. Sim, sim. Os multiplataformas, eles dominam o mercado de maneira absurdamente maior. Você vai lá, exclusivo, 10 jogos, multiplataforma, 300. Não dá nem pra ter... Vai comprar um videogame por causa de 3, 4 jogos. Eu, pelo menos pra mim, essa ideia, ela não compra essa ideia. Pra nenhum console. Morno, achei morno. Vamos lá, logo mais. Gente, é o seguinte, eu agradeço a companhia de todos vocês, espero que vocês tenham gostado. Vou até colocar uma tela um pouco maior aqui para ficar mais bacana. Espero que vocês tenham curtido. Vou finalizar essa live aqui com o Inside, que para mim foi um Inside relativamente morno. Algumas notícias que eu já esperava, principalmente em relação ao console digital. Espero que até no futuro exista a possibilidade aí deles lançarem uma versão somente digital do Xbox One X também. De repente o Xbox One S é um teste para ver se isso seja viável, se isso seria viável para o mercado, para ver se vai vender, para ver se a ideia realmente vinga. Então, assim, eu agradeço a presença de todos vocês, valeu de coração. Os jogos que vão entrar com melhorias para o Xbox One X são bem interessantes, fiquei contente por isso também. E vamos aguardar as próximas novidades P3. Eu já imaginava que não iriam falar muita coisa, por quê? Porque se eles falarem muita coisa bombástica, revelarem tudo que tem, vai mostrar o que na E3? Não haverá o fator surpresa. Então espero que na E3 venha coisas legais mesmo. Galerinha, de coração, obrigado pela presença de todos vocês, de coração mesmo. Eu vou encerrar aqui mais essa live e volto com uma lá para umas 21 alguma coisa, 22 horas, para a gente continuar algum jogo ou jogar alguma coisa nova. Provavelmente continuar algum jogo. Pode ser o Sekiro ou pode ser algum jogo indie que eu esteja jogando, que não é o caso do Fox and Forest, que eu parei e não continuei mais. Galerinha, obrigado pela presença de vocês, valeu mesmo. Veja assim, Luiz, vou colocar um resumo no final depois, tá? Deixar uma timestamp lá com o resumo. Vamos voltar para o The Surge futuramente, sim. Galerinha, obrigado pela presença de vocês. Vou dar uma descansada aqui, comer alguma coisa, cuidar do meu pequenininho e volto mais tarde. Um abraço, fui, valeu!